which is why when we work with new brides and new husbands to be, we work on their genetic edit, so that you clean yourself to a level that your genetic pattern memory is erased and a new memory is formed. 96 hours is just what it takes for your genes to begin to express in a new way, if you change it consciously. Law of attraction, manifestation, everything is Indian. Rig Veda. We are what our deepest desires are. As are our desires, so will be our will. As will be our will, so will be our intentions. As will be our intentions, so will be our deeds. And as will be the deeds, so will be our destiny. Rig Veda, which teaches you the best. Meditation, observation, understanding. Because in meditation, you become a listener. And you listen and everything occurs to you. When you're silent, things occur to you. You get into the quantum dimension, which is emptiness, blank. So the neutral point, the shunyam quotient.
Yeah.
So wherever you go, you have to pass through shunyam. When the flow shift of the gear, first to second you have to pass to neutral. Second to third you have to pass to neutral. Third to second you have to pass to neutral.
Yeah.
If you're aware of the neutral point, you'll become a creator and a co-creator of your destiny.
Yeah.
Then you cannot be a victim to the destiny, because then you know that I'm the co-creator of the destiny. I have two legs to walk towards it, hands to make it, mind to perceive it, a heart to believe it, and a spirit to achieve it. I'm God.
But sir, is there a way to prevent from these diseases?
Yeah,
happening?
a very intelligent, sensible, intuitive, not instinctive lifestyle can prevent every disease possible.
Okay.
Yeah,
And
because when I say intelligent, sensible and intuitive, which means you will not fall a prey to the environment. Because your genes hold the gun and the environment pulls the trigger.
wow, that was deep. I'm going to carry that thought with me for a long time.
But the science says that 95% of your genes are indeterministic, only 5% are deterministic. So why fall a prey to the 5% when the playing field is full of 95%?
Yeah.
So you can literally prevent every such genes of your 10 fathers, not just 4 fathers, and make sure they don't get triggered.
Beautiful.
And when your life becomes completely clean, then you pass on a life of the baby which becomes clean. Which is why when we work with new brides and new husbands to be, we work on their genetic edit.
Oh.
So then we get into the case study of their forefathers.
Wow.
And then we work on the lines for a year. At least 95% you could be bingo, bang on. So that you clean yourself to a level that your genetic pattern memory is erased and a new memory is formed. 96 hours is just what it takes for your genes to begin to express in a new way, if you change it consciously. Every human being is
96 hours consecutively.
Yeah, in 96 hours of absolute appropriate behavior will turn around the expression of your genes to begin with.
Yeah.
It is said that every human is born with a predetermined genetic disposition which can be altered with conscious intervention, conscious scientific intervention.
And so if one must try to do this at home, how
Yeah.
can that be done?
Home is the place it's done.
Yeah, I mean, without, just tell us more about this.
So once again, eating in awareness, working out in awareness, sleeping well, meditating well, breathing well, keeping the heart health very good in terms of your attitude, optimism, feeling abundant, not feeling the lack.
On that, I also know.
And increasing the coherence of your mind and your heart. Because the coherence increases the electromagnetic signature of your heart, of your mind, what you radiate. So there's great work done by Deepak Chopra, Bruce Lipton, Joe Dispenza. They're doing some brilliant work on research on that.
And since you were talking about the connection and all of that, I also know, or I would at least want to know, are you a firm believer of the law of attraction, manifestation?
Law of attraction, manifestation, everything is Indian. Rig Veda. We are what our deepest desires are. As are our desires, so will be our will. As will be our will, so will be our intentions. As will be our intentions, so will be our deeds. And as will be the deeds, so will be our destiny. Rig Veda, law of karma. So law of attraction also. because your being becomes your attracting point. So all that West is doing is they're simply copying us.
And putting it in fancy
Yeah, they're
words.
talking about the theory of now. Eckhart Tolle has written a book on power of now. It's nothing but Upanishad, Vedanta.
Right.
They're talking about duality is nothing but Advaitam. Everything was born in India thousands of years back. They are just aping us. But I'm happy they are aping us because they are spreading the light. I always tell people that if you want to follow good gurus, follow Maharishi Mahesh Yogi's work, follow the work of Deepak Chopra, follow the work of Osho, follow the work of Sadhguru, Baba Ramdev, follow the work of Shri Shri Ravi Shankar ji, Mahansa ji Yogendra of the Yoga Institute. These are the people's work we should follow instead of following the international people. They all have taken everything from India.
Right.
May it be Bruce Lipton, may it be Joe Dispenza, everything from India.
Yeah, and our culture
The
is
coherence, the
so-
quantum field, everything is taken from India.
Right.
If not for Aryabhat, the maths would have never been born to infinity, ad infinitum.
Right.
If not for the decimal, if not for the 2 pi r, if not for the understanding our seers had the distance between the moon and the earth and the circumference of the earth, and knowing that the earth is moving. Nobody knew thousands of years ago. So they called it Jagat. Jag jiski gati ho. They called it Bhugol. Bhumi jo gol hai. So we knew it all. Our seers in silence learnt it all, knew it all. Silence teaches you the best. Meditation, observation, understanding. Because in meditation, you become a listener. And you listen and everything occurs to you. When you're silent, things occur to you. You get into the quantum dimension, which is emptiness, blank. So the neutral point,
Right.
the shunyam quotient.
Yes.
So wherever you go, you have to pass through shunyam. When you the flow shift of the gear, first to second you have to pass to neutral. Second to third you have to pass to neutral. Third to second you have to pass to neutral.
Yeah.
If you're aware of the neutral point, you'll become a creator and a co-creator of your destiny.
Yes.
Then you cannot be a victim to the destiny, because then you know that I'm the co-creator of my destiny. I have 2 legs to walk towards it, hands to make it, mind to perceive it, a heart to believe it, and a spirit to achieve it. I'm God.
How can you make everything sound so poetic? Like it's sounding so well rehearsed.
Yeah, so once again, Krishna, Christ, Muhammad, Mahadev, Zarathustra, Buddha, they were human beings on the ladder of consciousness, so they become gods. What stops you and me from blossoming and nurturing?
True.
A human consciousness is capable of rising above gods and falling below animals. You choose which part of the ladder you are, awaken yourself and start climbing up.
Now, for all the time that we've been speaking, there's this one word which is stuck with me, which you're constantly using, and that's aware, being aware, or the awareness. So
It's not my word, I'm just,
yes, yes, but
the universe
I
has
would,
taught me. Yeah.
yeah, but I would really want if you could just tell the viewers, if you could just break down a process of how, because it all boils down to being aware of your breath, your thought, having no thought, and what lies in there, the magic that lies in there. But the only way to get to that state is through awareness.
Awareness comes with regular getting into stopping from what you're doing to start being, disrupting your flow of life. Because in the flow of life, you become automatic. Like you start brushing, you'll keep brushing till you realize, oh my God, I've finished brushing.
Robotic.
You start showering. When you eat also, this happens. In whatever you're doing, you can get carried away because your thoughts take over. So keep disrupting and stop. Stop, start, stop, start. George Gurdjieff was a philosopher who had introduced the stop-start mechanism in his therapies. So LONDO in London, LONDO in London, statue. So that is stop whatever you're doing. And now start whatever. So once you stop,
Wow.
you start back in creativity. You start back in awareness. Because stopping your subconscious rut and start in creative moments. Again you feel, just stop, pull out, withdraw, stop.
And come back
and
to the
start.
now.
Yeah, so now is awareness.
Yes.
So the seamlessness of awareness gets cut off when mind takes over and we become mindless, not mindful. We become mindless and we start doing things without awareness. But then When you're doing a creative activity, you're always in awareness, like cooking food. But still, why do people chop their fingers? Because the mind takes over. Why do people burn their hands while cooking? The mind. Because the mind, again, cheats you. How do accidents happen? Because something slips and you miss the present moment awareness and you miss out your reaction point or your response point.
And because you focus so much like on breathing, like leave everything.
Breath brings awareness.
Yes.
So each time you become conscious of your breath, each time you become conscious of your action. So each time, the more you breathe consciously in exercise, the more the memory of that becomes you. So then more times in a day you start breathing consciously.
Right.
And seamlessness of this is becoming antaryami, is becoming all knowledge. The immeasurable potential of all that was, is and will be. And if change is constant, you become the choreographer of your own change, if you're aware.
And what would you say to expecting mothers on Garbhasanskar?
So before you get into mating and making love, you must be on the same page in harmony with your partner. Absolute harmony, happiness, joy. Then Jyotish Vidya also says that seasons and moments, night is a perfect time for making love, actually. All creativity, if you see nature, all blossoming happens in darkness. If you see seeding, the seeds are sown in darkness. Under the earth, there's no light. Earlier, even for photographic plates, there was a dark room. If it gets exposed, then the photo gets destroyed. So do it when nobody knows it. Nobody's attention is there. In absolute secret, in absolute silence. Because whatever happens in absolute secret and silence has the potential to blossom better. Which is why in our philosophy we say up to your 4-5 months, don't tell people that you're pregnant. Let not people's attention go on to it. Then different attentions, different thoughts, different thought processes. And when the pregnancy is still very weak, those thoughts, intentions and attentions on you can disturb you or heal you, both. But moreover, it disturbs you. So, which is why that awareness is important, silence is important, darkness is important, means secret is important.
And then, but is there a way to heal or grow the baby in a better way through Garbhasanskar?
So what happens is that once you're in tune with each other, then the ambience is very important. The ambience should be pin drop silence. Ceilings cannot be low, walls cannot be close by. It's not that you're poor, you don't have a home. Of course, that will be the order of the day. But I'm just saying generally, space, breathing easy, timeless. You are not you, I am not I, two become one. You get lost into each other. Exploration. So from biological need, it turns into, sex turns into love, care. Love and care turns into prayer, prayer turns into worship. And that will attract the best baby.
Wow.
Then, because then the best souls, super fine and highly evolved souls don't get wombs very easily. They have to wait for millennia sometimes. Because no one is in that state. But all disturbed souls find the disturbed wombs and disturbed semen match very easily. So that's a part of Garbhasanskar. The second part of
the very beginning.
So sex becomes care and love becomes prayer, and prayer becoming worship. Literally, woman treats a man like a god and God treats a woman like a devi. And two become one, and the one also gets lost and disappears. Nothing remains. The act, the action, everything and the two, they all become one experience. Anubhav becomes anubhuti, and that also disappears into thin air. And so that is when the best souls can be attracted. So then, of course, you start talking to your baby. And there are sounds of harmony, words of harmony, movements of harmony, fragrance of harmony. And everything that you do is very conducive, creative and harmonious only. Every food that you eat is of choice and intelligence and sensible. Everything that you do, reading, everything that you ingest, everything that nourishes you, even the environment, people, your hobbies, your activities, your rest, and constantly dreaming about a baby being healthily formed inside, and dreaming about birthing it, visualizing it, rehearsing the whole thing. So, when you practice shadow boxing, or when you practice, you do your shadow choreography of dance, you learn that. So it's learning, it's building a memory to manipulate manifestation.
I had read somewhere when I was pregnant, I followed Garbhasanskar very consciously, the reading, the being, the birthing.
Your two children live with you?
Yes.
Very much. So you're very blessed mother to have
Yes.
opportunity to raise them the way you want only,
Yes.
without interference.
Absolutely. And what surprised me was that while I was carrying my first daughter, I was also watching videos on how to breastfeed a baby. Apparently, it's not really that easy. There's positions and how to lactate, all of that. And because I had already studied all of this, my doctor told me that while I was being stitched up in the OT, because I had a C-section, and I'm going to come to that as well. So while I was being stitched up, I was already lactating, and my daughter was already latched onto me. And the doctor was like, how did the baby know immediately, as soon as she came out of the womb, how did she know how to latch on?
This is a combination of instinct and consciousness, both.
Right.
And this is the connect which you have already created.
Yes.
And maybe you imagined also before birthing that your baby will be having milk and you will be so fulfilled.
Yes.
So all that happens because when you've played it in your mind and in your heart and emotions, and you believed it and you saw it and you were grateful for it even before it happened, there's a bigger chance of it becoming a reality.
Right.
Yeah.
But I also constantly, while pregnant, told myself, I have a very low threshold for pain. There's no way that I'm going in for a normal delivery. A C-section I'm completely comfortable with a C-section. I kept telling myself that until the day of delivery came. And 12 hours of labor with an epidural, still I wasn't dilated enough and I had to go through a C-section. Do you think it was because
you conditioned your mind? Had you prepared for a normal delivery, it would have become very easy.
Yeah.
Because you were conditioned that you don't want to do it, your body was in denial and it wouldn't dilate.
Yes.
Yeah, it obeyed you.
Right.
But that's okay, whatever happened, happened.
Yeah, but sir, you also say that normal delivery is any day better than a C-section.
So in normal delivery, what happens is, apparently, with all the biomechanics and the child's eagerness and the mother's eagerness to meet eye to eye, heart to heart is connected.
Yeah.
They both effort.
Yeah.
The child passing through the vaginal canal while crawling out, not literally like this, while it's crawling out, the child is lapping up the amniotic fluid and all the bacteria and the germs around there. So the first level of immunity inoculation happens there.
Right.
So the children who are natural delivered children have higher immunity than those who are in C-section. That's number one. For children who are delivered naturally, and when the delivery is normal, those children are bravados more than the C-section. Statistically, C-section children are timid, shy, introverts. Psychiatric evaluation. For children, otherwise, they'll be outgoing extroverts. Now there is a statistics on children born in the day naturally and children born in the night naturally.
Okay.
Only, see, by default it should be 50-50, 12 hours of day, 12 hours of night. So the average should be 50% should be born in the day and 50. Only 20 to 25% of the natural deliveries happen in the day. Because only brave souls choose day for birth. Only they struggle out.
Really?
The light, because you have to brave the light. So only bravados can do that. So Shurveer, Chanakyas, Kshatriyas, Brahmins,
all born during the day.
Could be a good chance, statistically. And otherwise, they can't brave the light. People that are comfortable in darkness.
Yeah.
They're the timid souls, quiet souls. not so brave souls. Lots of issues to be resolved of the last birth. Not that the people who are born in the day don't have issues. There is continuity of karma for everybody. A 4-year-old plays piano very well, a 7-year-old computes math very well, a 10-year-old starts foreseeing things. It's nothing but continuity of karma, continuity of memory. So sometimes you access it accidentally, sometimes you can consciously also access it.
Yeah. Yes.
So that's the way it is.
Right. On that note, sir, before we come to the end of the show, I'd want you to give a final message to our viewers as a wellness coach, as someone who always promotes a healthier well-being. What message for I don't even want to say for the younger audiences or for the elderly, for everyone who's still living and being, what message would you want to give?
So I generally speak out my 10 commandments at the end of every show. So commandment number 1, that let wellness be the religion number 1, because religions divide, wellness unites.
Perfect.
Once you're purified, regulated and fortified with wellness, then you can become a better devout Christian, Muslim, Hindu, Parsi. Literally.
True. Yes.
So let wellness be the religion number 1. Number 2, join a wellness revolution for human evolution and not for how to lose weight from the stomach and ass and hips and thighs.
Wow.
Number 3, for strong biceps, uplift the poor. For strong shoulders, take the responsibilities of the underprivileged. For strong legs, be rooted in humility to be better footed in humanity. Sleep every night with a wish to heal yourself. Wake up every morning with a promise to heal the world. And then you can get energized, maximized, optimized, naturalized, internalized, eternalized, revolutionized, evolutionized, revitalized, humanized, regularized, with Mickey Mehta mesmerized, all negativity neutralized, with Maana and Mickey hypnotized, get Mickey-mized.
I love how you always stuck to this, get Mickey-mized. It's always been there. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, sir, for joining me on my show. And there's so much we are all taking back from the show.
100%.
Lovely having you. Thank you.
Lovely having you.